Hey everybody, this is Steve. We really need to think again about our definitions of success, or at least most of us do, and that's because most of us have bought into definitions of success which I would call entirely materialistic. You might even say consumerist, that success is all about massive goals and massive work and massive achievement and lots of money and lots of stuff and lots of status and ultimately lots of vanity. Many of us have left happiness and spiritual and emotional well-being out of our definitions of success, and we need to put it back. Now, I know that money and connections and opportunities and practical things and things that we want to achieve are all very worthy goals. It's not about rubbing those out of our definitions of success. They're definitely there. And apart from anything else, it's difficult to be happy and to have spiritual and emotional wellness when you're hungry, when you can't pay your bills, when you've got no way of expressing your personal excellence or making your personal contribution. So they're definitely still there. But is the success that you're chasing really success if it's draining your well-being rather than filling it up? And if you think about it, isn't happiness and our spiritual and emotional well-being, our equanimity, if you like, aren't they the ultimate definitions of success? I mean, if we think about it in terms of means goals and ends goals, then aren't they the end goal? To be happy, to be satisfied, to be well, and everything else are the means goals. And the thing is, we tend to focus exclusively on the means goals at the expense of the end goals. It's like we mortgage off our happiness, our well-being into the future with the assumption that we'll deal with the means goals first and we'll come off and pay that wellness debt later. We might be dead by then. And besides, if you know your psychology, you also know about impact bias, which predicts that most of the things we're chasing in order to become happy are not actually things that will make us happy. So we need a correction, folks. We need to bring happiness, spiritual and emotional well-being, equanimity, if you like. We need to bring them back into our definitions of success. And we need to work on them now in tandem with the other things, not later. Now, that doesn't mean dropping out. That doesn't mean becoming docile. That doesn't mean give up your career or give up your ambitions. I don't think the professional people in the world want to give up their jobs to be happy. They would much prefer to be excellent in their jobs and happy. And why not? So this is not about not having goals anymore, not having ambitions. It's purely about that balance. Now, earlier I said about achieving the means goals in tandem with the ends goals, doing the practical things, the achieving, the gathering, alongside working on our spiritual and emotional wellness. But I might go further than in tandem with and actually suggest that we do one through the other, because my actual experience is that we have a whole lot better doing with all of the rewards that come with that when we come from a higher quality of being. And in many ways, that's a recurring theme in the kind of coaching work that I do. So, if this idea appeals to you, I do urge that you go and have a look at my website and have a look at my other videos, and maybe have a look at some of the programs that I'll be doing in the near future on success with wellness. And at the same time, do like this video and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit the notifications bell. So how can we each individually redefine success? Well, I'm going to put it down into 4 simple bits. Bit number 1 is simply this. Write down what your practical needs are. We all have practical needs. We need money, we need a roof over our heads, we may need a car. Write down the practical needs, the things that you need to maintain. The second thing is to write down what you would love to succeed with, or indeed what you are professionally set up to succeed with. The projects, the goals, the things that you want to do well at. The third thing is perhaps the new and important thing, which is to write down how do you want to be. Now, in this category, I want you to think about things like, what kind of time do you want to have to yourself? What kinds of things do you want to be present to? Do you want to be more present to your kids? Do you want to feel more peace in your life? Do you want to feel like you have more space in your day? Think about how you want to be. And the reason this is the key one is that this is the one that I think most people sacrifice when they think that success is entirely about work and goals. And the fourth point, having written down those three things, is to figure out a way to balance them. Now, you might need to make some sacrifice of one to the other, but the point is, don't sacrifice one entire category like being for one other entire category like your professional success. Find a way of achieving balance in all three. You know, in business they talk about a balanced scorecard. The point of a balanced scorecard is to make sure the company doesn't focus on only one angle of success to the expense of all the others. And that's the point that I'm bringing across here. So find a way to balance those in a way that is achievable and sustainable. Now, I can see what the obvious objection here will be, and that is because a lot of people genuinely believe you cannot have success and happiness, that it's one or the other, that if you want success, you have to sacrifice happiness. If you want happiness, you have to sacrifice success. Now, I not only do not believe that, but it is not true in my experience. It may be if you're obsessed with the extremes of those. I mean, if you're obsessed with extreme success, then yes, you may need to make extreme sacrifices of being. If you're obsessed by extreme being, you might have to make sacrifices of success. But in my experience, most people find happiness in a reasonable balance of both. It is possible, it is achievable. Now, as I mentioned before, success with wellness is kind of the theme in my coaching. I do coach people on success, but I want to do it in balance with wellness, with equanimity. So please do check out my website. I do have programs coming up on this theme, as well as individual coaching, which is also always available. And please don't forget to like the video and don't forget to subscribe to see more videos like it. See you soon.